Hello, hello, hello. This is Anupama coming to you all the way from New Jersey. Today I am coming to you to give you few recommendations. I was not an avid reader, but in 2023 I decided that I am going to be more intentional reading books about leadership, communication, and personal development. And I want to make sure that I share that with you so that in 2024 you could pick one of these books and get started on your own personal growth journey or continue on your personal growth journey. And I would also love for you to recommend books that you have read. So in 2024, I could add it to my reading list. So let me start with this one. Know what you are for. This is by Jeff Henderson. It says a growth strategy for work and even better strategy for life. I love this book because it teaches us how to be known for something that is really important to us. Jeff Henderson breaks down this particular book into 3 sections. Actually 4 sections and a bonus section. Section 1 is for the customer. It's about what are you known for and what would you like to be known for. The second section is for the team. Are you in favor of your team? Are you creating a positive team culture? How to have better meetings? Those are some of the chapters in this section. The third section is for the community. How to build a digital community. What is really, when we say we are doing good, how are we doing good for folks in our community? The section 4 is about for you. How to remain inspired. 7 ways to improve you. I am still reading this book. I haven't finished reading, but what I have started doing is reading books not for the sake of just reading. I apply what I read. So that's why it takes me longer to finish reading books. So that is a book I would definitely recommend. The other book that I just started reading is No Limits by John C. Maxwell. It is a brand new book that I got in August of 2023. I purchased this book for myself. And this book is all about how to increase your capacity. Do you know what is limiting your potential? Do you know what is limiting yourself? And it gives you guidelines and steps to take to develop the capacities that we already possess. For example, energy capacity, your ability to push on physically. I wrote a LinkedIn article earlier this week, and I have referred to some teachings from this book in my article. Definitely check that out if you have not already. Talks about our thinking capacity, our creative capacity, our leadership capacity, and about choices that we can make that will maximize our capacity. So this is another book that I recommend, No Limits by John C. Maxwell. The other book I would recommend is The 16 Undeniable Laws of Communication, also by John C. Maxwell. This one is a book that allowed me to be on a stage in front of about 300 people in Michigan as I was preparing for being a keynote speaker for the IT conference in Michigan for the government employees. I studied this book and I applied the lessons from this book, and it helped me connect with my audience. It helped me prepare better. It helped me to learn from others by the law of observation. It helped me to be simple in my message and still get the message across. It helped me to build anticipation. So this is another book that I recommend, The 16 Undeniable Laws of Communication. Let's see. All right. How about the 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth? This book is about personal growth and personal development. When we say personal growth and personal development, I used to think, well, I need professional development and professional growth, not personal. But guess what? If we work on ourselves, where we work at and how we do our work will definitely change. and it has changed for me. That's why I love this book, because even though it talks about how to get started on a personal growth journey, which I am on, it also helped me in my professional journey. So 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth by John C. Maxwell. Another book that I would recommend is Successful Women Think Differently. Valerie Burton is the author of this book. She is my coach for coaching. She talks about 9 habits to make you happier, healthier, and more resilient. So this is also a book I am still reading. I haven't finished reading, but I would highly recommend that you pick up this book. I actually gifted this book recently to a friend. I picked it up at the airport while I was on my way to Orlando, and I wanted to make sure my friend got a chance to learn from Valerie Burton. The other book that I would recommend is Becoming a Person of Influence by John C. Maxwell and Jim Darden. This book taught me how to be able to influence others even if I didn't have a title or a position. John talks about leadership is influence, not a title and a position. And this particular book, Becoming a Person of Influence, showed me the steps to take to influence the influencers, people who we report to, people who kind of supervise the work that we do. How do we influence them? How do we make sure that our opinions, our views, our recommendations, our ideas are being heard? The next book that I would suggest and recommend is Everyone Communicates, Few Connect by John C. Maxwell. This is another great book to improve your communication. This book has 5 connecting principles and 5 connecting practices. It talks about how do you communicate with others in such a way that you are able to connect, because everyone communicates but only few connect. So that is another book that I would highly recommend, John C. Maxwell's Everyone Communicate, Few Connect. Let's see, what else do I have on my shelf, because now I have tons of books on my shelf. John C. Maxwell's 17 Indisputable Laws of Teamwork. It says, embrace them and empower your team. As you know, I am now the Director of Surveys, and I am building a team of volunteers for the PMI New Jersey chapter. And I'm actually studying this book and applying some of these lessons that I'm learning, because we are always continually learning as a leader and developing our skills, and I'm doing the same. All right, almost there. Customer-Driven Leadership by Daniel Hammond and Dr. Ted T.D. Anders. This is another book that I would definitely recommend. I know Daniel has done a lot of talks on this book. I was trained by him to be able to be part of his team as he rolls this out, and I'm looking forward to being more engaged and involved. But this is definitely a book I would recommend, Customer-Driven Leadership, the Legacy Edition by Daniel Hammond. The next book that I would suggest and recommend to you is Intentional Living by John C. Maxwell. John teaches us and shares with us how to live intentionally every day of your life, and not to let life just happen. To be intentional about choosing the word for the year, because I was able to stay focused, which is what I heard many of my friends, colleagues, and those that were my acquaintances but that now have become friends have told me that I have become more focused in my thinking, focused in my activities, and that is very true. And that is because I decided to apply some of these lessons. It says, choose a life that matters by living intentionally. So Intentional Living by John C. Maxwell. And the last book that I'm going to recommend to you for today, for 2024, for you to read, which I have been reading, is Put Your Dream to the Test. It gives you 10 questions to help you see it and to seize it. So Put Your Dream to the Test. It has 10 chapters in it. I am going to be starting a mastermind on some of these books, as well as I'm going to start 3 months leadership courses that you can sign up for in 2024. So look out for details about that. There will be 3-month course, there will be a 6-month course, and a year-long course for leadership and improving your communication and making sure you are on a personal growth journey. This is Anupama coming to you all the way from New Jersey, and I hope you loved my book recommendations for 2023. As I mentioned, I would love to hear some books that you would recommend that you have read and that has impacted your life. So when you recommend the book, tell me why you think I should read it, and I will definitely add it to my reading list. Take care. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.